Our first post-pandemic tour. We survived. Everybody is okay, and we're doing this series of interview with guys who just finished the tour, interpreters, ladies. So today I'm joined by Natasha, who actually been on the website for quite some time, if I'm not mistaken, right? When did you join the agency?
2 years ago, it was 2 years ago, but when pandemic started, I asked to delete my profile.
Yeah, because nobody's coming, it's hard to meet
Yeah.
people, pandemic is going on, so it's understandable. But, so you came back.
Yes, because Kate called me and I said, why not? Because I like meeting people offline. It's more informative, I think. And I think such meetings are...
Although the real meetings can lead to real relationship,
Yeah.
Offline correspondence, online correspondence is never gonna get you there until you meet, face to face.
Yeah.
So what we were thinking about the social group, were you afraid to go to the social because of pandemic?
No, I was so glad that Kate called me and said that finally social will be, and it's great. And I came from another city, by the way.
Oh really? What city?
Yeah, I'm from Izmail.
Oh, it's quite a drive. How far is it?
280 kilometers from here. It's
So you came just for the social, 200 kilometers?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's dedication. So did you stay in Odessa overnight? Did you drive back home after the social?
yeah, next day.
Yeah. That's some dedication, guys. Should appreciate that. It doesn't happen very often. So did you enjoy the party?
Yeah, of course, it was very cool.
Did you meet any interesting guys at that social?
Yeah, there were a lot of interesting guys, but anyway, not a lot of people. It was not a lot of people.
Not enough men, probably.
Not enough. Yeah, it was not enough men. I hope next time
We'll bring more men.
Yeah, you will bring more men.
For sure. So what was your experience? Did you go out with somebody after the social?
Yeah, I have date today, and also I had date after social with one guy.
It's wonderful. Do you think anything might come out of it? Those dates might lead to a relationship in the future with those guys, or are you just gonna stay friends?
Time will show.
True. And maybe your future husband is watching us right now. Would you like to say something to him to motivate him to get off the couch and come here to Ukraine and meet you?
Yeah, I think that correspondence via site it's okay, but better if you see your future soulmate offline. It's more productive. Yeah, if you really want to start serious relationships, then you should come.
Actually, one quick question. So what type of a man are you looking for? What's your ideal man? Who is he?
To say, if you asked me this question 2 years ago, I would answer another way, not like I will answer now. My ideal man is the man with whom I feel in safe, first of all. And also, I have a daughter. She's 3.5, but I'm not searching for a dad for my daughter. I'm searching for a friend, and I think that I will find such man very soon, and maybe it's you.
Great. Well, I'm sure you'll find someone very soon. Well, guys, thank you for watching. Hey guys, welcome back to another Monday night webcast. Good to see you. Good to be back.
Hi guys, good evening. How are you today? Finally, John is not here, so we are here today again. So Anna's back. You can ask questions. Yeah.
Or not.
How was the tour?
Yeah, I'm assuming there are going to be quite a few of those questions. Actually, we do have a lot of tour videos, a lot of new interviews, so we're going to be showing it, I'm assuming, throughout the webcast, and also going to post that on the website. So definitely tour was interesting. A lot.
Waiting for our guys from the Honest Tour. Tell us how you doing. Did
Yeah,
you find
actually, I'm
somebody?
pretty sure some people are watching, so...
That'll be fun. That'll be, you know, interesting to know. How was that? Anna said it was so hot there.
It was...
I apologize if I make you to wear a suit with those shoes, fancy shoes. Anna said it was so hot.
Yeah, Ukraine had issues with AC this summer. It was incredible heat, and apparently ACs in a lot of places couldn't just handle it. So in some cases, guys were just a little miserable in those outfits. So guys, if you're doing summer tours in Ukraine, note for the future, you probably want to dress lighter. Suits are great, you look fantastic in it, but it's challenging. Oh, here you can see some video from Kiev, social.
So if you go in the summer, forget about suits. Okay.
Well, don't forget it. Just check the weather forecast. Let's put it this way: if it's 37 Celsius and it's incredibly humid, you probably want to reconsider wearing a suit.
Yeah, nice shirt, nice pants, and nothing, what will make you hot. All right, that's a new.
In this video because I haven't seen that footage, so now for me it's kind of interesting.
I think it's interesting for everybody. That's a brand new.
Yeah, it is. So it's just from this tour.
Right.
We do have a poll question for this webcast, and the question is: are you any closer to dating foreign women now than last year? Because you know what, we already returned from Ukraine. We actually have a Colombian tour going on in Medellin right now. So what are you waiting for, guys? Are you getting any closer to traveling and meeting people you've been writing to? So let's talk about it. Send your replies in the questionnaire.
So our September tour all sold out, but we still have couple spots available on Kyiv tour, and this year it's going to be only Kyiv. I think it's the first time. Thank God, right? Not the
four city was a stretch. It was fun.
November. Not so hot, still not so cold. The best months to go, probably.
Well, I mean, that's, I don't know.
It's Thanksgiving party. Oh my gosh, that's
I probably
amazing.
need to start thinking
fun.
about the turkey.
That's fun.
It will be. We still have some spots left, so I see some guys already sign up for that, including guys that just finished the tour with me. So it will be good to see you again in November. And also will be good to see new faces as well.
Yeah, if you're still thinking, hurry up because they're selling out like crazy. So we don't have a lot of spots available. But we still have a lot of girls who want to go to social. Mm-hmm. So you're still going to meet a lot of girls.
Yeah, we'll have 2 socials in Kyiv. We have not done that before. We haven't tried this format in Ukraine. Well, we've done it once briefly, but this format we usually use for Latin American tours or Asian tours, but we haven't really done one city tour in Ukraine, especially in Kyiv. So I think it's going to be an interesting experiment.
Yeah, so we still have a tour to Colombia. I think it's going to be September, but we're not going to China or Philippines, so just Colombia. So if you guys are planning on doing it, so hurry up and sign up.
Yeah, speaking of which, probably I should give some travel updates. So yes, Philippines and China are still out of question. Traveling is not quite happening at the moment. Oh, I remember this lady in the yellow hat.
Nice.
She was, that was whole interesting table there. It was very fun to watch. Very stylish ladies. Well, it must be nice here. Just very interesting dressed lady, Anyway, back to travel updates. So you definitely can travel to Latin America. Colombia is wide open. Costa Rica is all good. Peru is open, although you do need to take another test upon arrival, so there's extra testing required. For Russia, good news. Actually, a couple weeks ago, Russia started issuing visas again. So if you've been writing to someone in Russia, off you go. You can do it. Let's see what else. And actually, Russia started resuming airline connection with a lot of countries, so it will be easier for you to find a flight. Visa still required also. Again, make sure to get the proper visa before you go. Ukraine is open. There have been some little changes to travel requirements. If you're vaccinated, nothing changed for you. If you're not vaccinated, then you would need to take a test within 72 hours prior. And also, upon arrival, you would need to take one more test. You can do it right in Boryspil airport. As soon as you go through passport control, you will see the little COVID booth on the right side, I believe. You do the test and proceed. Because otherwise you would have to download that.
Do you have to wait for
results?
Well,
Ukraine accepts now antigen test, so it's really easy. The results usually available within 30 minutes. PCR takes a while, but antigen should be available, right on the spot, and it's not very expensive too. And of course, regardless of your travel destination, remember you do need to take a COVID test on the way to United States. Wherever you're coming back from, you still need to do it. It can be PCR or antigen test, but you need to do it whether you're vaccinated or not. Doesn't really matter, as long as you do it. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can be stuck in Ukraine. It's fun too. Well, I guess let's get to some questions here. Which one do you want to start with?
All right, from Joseph.
You chose a short one. I see how it goes. You left a long one for me. Okay, go ahead.
Hello from New York, because I see New York.
I see how it goes.
Hello from New York. Looking forward to setting up a solo tour for myself February 1st, 2022 to March 1st, 2022. I have my heart and mind set on meeting 3 special ladies. Joseph, look like you follow our advice. 3 special ladies also, not one. Yeah, and have like 2 more too, just in case if those 3 special ladies cannot make it to the date, that anything can happen. COVID, So, but good luck.
Actually, I saw your mail earlier today, Joseph. It was forwarded to me. So, yeah, let's discuss the details over email, because I would need to know the details of what cities you're traveling, because a lot of logistics will depend on it. So just shoot me a mail and we'll talk about it more. Let's get to the long one from Adam. Hello, seminar host John and Anna. Well, we're missing John today, but yeah, I'll tell him hello. Thank you for hosting the seminar. If time is limited, that just answering questions 1 or 2 are appreciated. Here are my questions. The first one, I was told to use Aeroflot or KLM to get to Moscow. What airlines should I use to fly to Moscow to Saratov and back to Moscow? Well, again, we can talk about it more on the phone. We started this conversation earlier today. So there's 3-4 airlines that fly from Moscow to Saratov. So just talk to me more about it. I'll be happy to answer it to you in person. Second question, with COVID going on and the situation changing from day to day, do I need to worry the situation could change and might get stuck in Saratov or Moscow and not being able to leave Russia once I get there? Has that happened to John or Yuan in the past year? Well, the matter of fact, it did happen to me. I was stuck in Russia for like a good 6 months. The first time I was stuck there. Well, second time it was my choice.
There,
yeah,
so.
I mean, I had fun, and it's not like I really wanted to come back anyway. For
I don't know, guys. If you stuck in Russia,
version for John, I couldn't leave Russia. Okay. But realistically, I was stuck the first time when the pandemic just started. I remember I landed in Moscow March 27th, and that was the last flight from New York. And as soon as I landed, they made an announcement, well, too bad Russia is closed. We're shutting down the airports, that's it. So, fine. So, for a few months, I really couldn't make it out of Russia. But again, it's not like I was struggling much. But then, you can find a way if you want. But whether it can happen again, it's Russia. Anything can happen. Unfortunately, I cannot predict.
I have a guy who's stuck in Ukraine, so he went there. He wasn't able to leave
a few
Ukraine.
People. Yeah.
He was so happy. He met her family. Introduced himself to all her family. She has a lot of family there. So he lived there, and they kind of started live together. So he said it was fun. It was a good experience, and it helped him in the relationship. So. It's good sometimes.
Well, yeah, I guess as long as you're stuck with the right people, it's all that matters.
Yeah.
And Adam, as far as your questions 3 and 4 about Volgograd and Saratov, again, I can just answer it over the phone, because I don't think a lot of our guys want to travel to those wonderful destinations. So I just can go into more details for you. Just give me a call whenever. From Casey, I love Slavic women. Well, who doesn't?
They're very beautiful.
Yes. From Steve, hello everyone from Alabama. Okay, hi Steve.
Melvin, Anna and Dina back together. It's beautiful to see. Thank you, Melvin.
Ukraine Dave, hello everyone, hello lovely Anna and Dina, great to see you guys.
Hi, Dave.
Here's another one. What's holes? Welcome back, Anna and Dina. Did you come across any difficulty with traveling to Ukraine or restrictions? No, again, when I was traveling there, I'm vaccinated, so it was no problem. I didn't have to do a test. All I need to do is my vaccination certificate and the health insurance. So, and nobody even really looked at my insurance certificate, like, whatever. So they did check my vaccination card though. So yeah, it was no problem. And to the best of my knowledge, no guys, experienced difficulties going through passport control with that either. But on the way back, you definitely need to take a PCR test. For the tour guys, it was fairly easy because we arranged nurse coming to hotel, taking everybody's test, and that worked out just beautifully.
Was there any problems with guys at the custom who did not have a vaccine?
Some guys somehow did not have the insurance card on them. Don't ask me how that happened, because I definitely mentioned that on several occasions. But somehow we had a few people landing without the insurance card, which is still not a big deal. You can just go online and purchase it. Takes a moment. They send you email with that PDF certificate. You don't even need to print it out. You can show them on your phone, so it's not that hard. And the worst case scenarios, they do have those little QR codes at the airport, so if you don't know where to go, you just scan the QR code and purchase insurance again right on the spot. But it's easier if you just take care of that in advance.
From Greg, good morning ladies from Western Australia. Question is, how long will AFA honor tour credits, please? Due to COVID and government's restrictions, thank you in advance. Look forward to your response.
It's a wonderful, wonderful question, and I know there is an expiration date on those tour credits, except I can't remember what's the limit on it to save my life.
John mentioned once that he will give more time, not like usual
makes sense,
expiration, but you need to email group desk at lovememail.com, and she's a tour department, so she'll tell you exactly all the details about it. Did I say right? Group desk?
Yeah, group desk at lovememail.com. So talk to Michelle.
Yeah, Michelle.
From James, good evening. You both look lovely. Thank you, James. I'm going on the November tour in Kiev. Well, hey, awesome. It'll be great to meet you in person. At least it will be easy for you to find me through this hotel. Now you know my face.
And you will experience Thanksgiving, Russian-style Thanksgiving.
Now I just need to make sure not to burn the turkey. Yeah, I also need to find some cooks for the damn turkey. Anyway, can you explain if that social will have the speed dating or not? Also, I like the pumpkin pie to go with my turkey. Well, as long as you make one.
Orders already.
In Ukraine, you cannot get a pumpkin pie, but I will rent an apartment, so you're more than welcome to come to the kitchen and bake your own pumpkin pie. So help yourself, be my guest. And that applies to turkey too, because guys, I really cannot cook to save my life.
You can bring with you, right?
Turkey from here, it would be dead.
Not turkey. I mean, not turkey.
Well, the pie as well too, given the fact that Thanksgiving dinner is toward the end of the tour, so the pumpkin pie would be like 10 days old by the time we actually serve it.
Boy, so they can stay longer.
I don't want to visit guys in the hospital after this, Yeah, that's not my goal, to kill as many guys as possible.
Maybe just like everything for pumpkin pie.
So,
because I know everything in a can, right? To cook pumpkin pie.
Yeah, so if somebody wants to carry cans,
crust, but you should bring can of pumpkin.
The guys who've been on a tour and helped me with my suitcase, they know how much the damn thing weighed. So I don't think
you should make one.
Yeah. So whoever wants to bring that can pumpkin,
you can impress
it's not
all of them, with your pumpkin pie.
Well, I don't know whom to impress. It's going to be the staff. So
you really want to stuff.
Well, you want to impress staff before the tour.
Some are singles.
There are a few single staff members left, actually, not too many. And please don't date staff, please. It's so hard to find good people. We have such a good team right now. Please don't marry any of them, because they'll have to leave and move to the States. Yeah, and there was a question about speed dating. Well, I doubt we're gonna do this format for Kiev tour, although everything's up in the air. So if that's what you guys want, definitely shoot me an email So if any of you guys watching who's gonna be on my November tour, shoot me an email if you're up for that or against that, and we'll talk about it. See what gets more votes and go from there. But I think just a usual mixer is fine. I'll see.
From Chris, 6-week countdown to Costa Rica. Having problems weeding down the woman I want to meet. Help.
Well, you should be fine. Costa Rica is wide open. We actually have a few guys there right now meeting women just on individual trips. No problem. Dates are going just fine. And plus that's what Gustavo says. From Casey, question: how do I show a Ukrainian girl that I'm the one for her and her soulmate? Well, you know?
Wow, that's you can show her anything, but if it's not, I mean, she decides you're not her soulmate, I don't think you can do anything, but you can tell her that, you know. What is it? If she doesn't speak English, so what is that language? How you call that? Love language, right? Well, hold her hand. I mean, if you guys have chemistry, of course, and you think it will work out, yeah, just, you know, be nice, hold her hand, tell her you really like her, you know, she's beautiful.
Yeah, it's actually really hard to answer that question because, you know, everybody is unique and different, and everybody has their own wishes, desires, expectations from what they want to see from their future life partner. So it's really hard to give a generic answer to that.
Yeah, but it's easy when she's your soulmate, right? When
yeah, I guess there's no explanation
chemistry.
needed. Yeah, when you're in the same room and you just look in each other's eyes and it just clicks.
Yeah,
I think there's anything needs to be done. If it works, it works. From Michael, will November Kiev tour be staying at the Rus Hotel? Well, excellent question.
It's a big secret, Michael.
Well,
That's
yeah, it's not like people don't know we're staying at Rus Hotel. So yes, we are staying at the Rus Hotel. Just those of you guys that not participate in the tour, please remember the office is only for the tour clients. So I will really not let anyone in the war room other than tour clients. So just as a heads up. So if you,
strict.
I am. Quite a few guys can tell you that those guys that didn't let into the socials, and there's a lot of other stories there. I'll save for the future. Where do you stop?
Energized. Answering the poll for tonight, my answer is I'm closer than last year or 4.
Well, that's good. Hopefully, it's not gonna take long, and you will travel and meet your soulmate eventually. From James, I will be taking the club tour to Kiev soon. Is airport pickup included? Yes, it is. Or do I have to make my own arrangements to get from the airport to my hotel? Pickup is included in both individual tours and group tours, so don't worry about it. Just send me your flight details before you go. We'll meet you at the airport. For those guys who's traveling to Kiev, just a heads up, the driver will be waiting for you outside of terminal building, not inside. I even made that rookie mistake myself again. I have to call Victoria. It's like, where's my driver? She's like, seriously? Out of all people, I expect you to ask this question since the driver's outside, of course. So now I know.
From Alpha Mega, the socials look like a blast. Maybe next year I'll be in a position for an Odessa tour. A vacation to Ukraine might be just what I need.
Exactly. Everybody needs a vacation in Ukraine, especially Odessa in the summer is beautiful. You will enjoy it. It's a resort city, so you're going to be not only meeting beautiful ladies, you also can have fun, just swim in the Black Sea or at least some kind of pool, whatever you prefer. I don't know if I want to swim in the Black Sea myself. Where do it? From JT, I will not get a COVID shot, so does this mean I cannot travel and meet women? If that is the criteria, I'm out of luck. Well, right now, I mean, the world is changing, so I don't know what requirements will be like in the future. So you really might want to think travel as fairly as soon as possible, as soon as you're ready. Because right now, you can travel as long as you take COVID test. I'm sorry, I'm brain dead, I'm still jet lagged. So yeah, as long as you do that, you're fine. But there's no guarantee that those requirements will not change before the end of the year.
From Energize, do you think the dating agency and romance tour business is on the out, or will it stay relevant in Eastern Europe and Russia?
Well, I'm pretty sure it's still gonna be out there for a long time. You You think the world is changing, getting smaller, but no. I mean, I see on the long wait list for the guys for the tours, it's not getting any smaller, actually getting bigger. So.
Yeah, actually, all our tours sold out really quick, so we're good, and we survived that last terrible year. So I think we're going to be for a while here, guys. But the world is changing, so many restrictions to travel. I think you need to do it as soon as possible.
Oh, lovely. That's a social. Brings back memories.
How beautiful! Look at that.
It was,
nice
that
place.
was a great group of guys. It was an
Beautiful
amazing.
girls.
Oh yeah, that's familiar face. Actually, I was pretty decent dressed too. Just have to point it out. Anyway, but yeah, it was a great group of guys. It was a pleasure. Anyway, where are we at? From Vauxhall's poll question: I'm slightly closer to dating a foreign lady due to having more communications with them now than I had this time last year. Well, good. Hopefully, again, you can travel soon. Don't wait too long, because who knows how travel requirements will be this year.
Jeff, hi Dina and Nana. Makisik, buenas noches, Miss Mikos.
From Joshua, is Ukraine wheelchair friendly or Europe? Well, large cities in Ukraine like Kiev and somewhat Odessa are wheelchair relatively friendly, as friendly as Eastern Europe gets. So yeah, I mean, you can more or less get around. Yeah, but I would not recommend going to a smaller city. That's gonna be a nightmare.
Okay, Ukraine Dave. The pandemic made couples stay at home. Couples didn't want to stay married anymore after being at home too much. So there should be massive amount of divorced men.
You're so optimistic, Dave.
Some men stay away for a while. Some men are not afraid to get involved again.
Yeah, I can see there was quite a few divorces throughout the pandemic, so I've heard. So I guess some people might be heading this way, but well, I guess what happens when you're stuck with another human being 24/7 for months and months at a time.
Yeah, I heard about that too. That was a lot. And there was a lot of babies born this year. So either way.
From Melvin, any idea when the 2022 tour schedule will be posted on the website? Excellent question. We're supposed to do it last week, but guess what? We're still not completed. We started discuss. It's like almost ready, and we're finalizing some things. We just discussed in last moments on that. So hopefully this year, again, the goal is to do it before the end of this week, but there might be a few other questions we need to clarify before we post it. So yeah, hang in there. So any week now, let's put it this way.
Gabe, what kind of luck would a successful 30-year male have at this tour? Is 32 young?
Well, depend on the male.
Gabe,
It really depends on you. It's really not much as the age as the personality, really. And is 32? No, it's actually a good age range. You can date a lot of women. Whole 20s is available, so 20s, early 30s could be an option as well. So you actually have a good pool of women to choose from.
I think it's a perfect age. We have 20 years old who's looking not older than 30 years old. So yeah, I think you'll have success.
From Ernie, good evening, Anna, Dean, and AFA staff and fellow participants.
From Patrick, welcome back from vacation, Anna. Thanks for being awesome.
Patrick, well, by the way, it was a pleasure to meet you in person. That was fun. I really enjoyed talking to you. Hopefully you got over your jet lag before already by now. I'm not. So I might be like snoring in the middle of the webcast. Don't take it personal. I'm just brain dead right now. Do we have any more questions coming? I'm sure we do. Maybe. We're going through questions today very fast, apparently. Okay, more comments. So, let's see. Oh, man, tell a story. So, what have you guys been doing here?
How was the tour,
Well, I mean, some of the guys have been on the tour with me, so they can tell the stories, but I just wondered, did you guys miss me when I was gone? What were you doing here with John? Oh, was it good or bad? Oh.
They had fun. There was a lot of viewers, and they had fun. And
you had fun without me? No, I'm hurt.
I wasn't here either. So. Fun
true.
only with John.
Yeah.
So Ernie, I'm much closer. I have my passport, vaccine, and I'm getting other things that will make my trips to Ukraine much smoother.
Great. Good to know you're all prepared. That's wonderful. From Makisi. Answer to poll question. Yes, I'm closer to dating foreign women this year, as I'm finishing law school this month. Well, hey, congratulations on that. That's a really big achievement. That's great. I take a February 2022 California bar exam. Wow. Well, again, good luck to you, and just hopefully it goes really smooth.
Wow,
It's
that
really,
must be hard.
I'm sure it will be, but that's
luck,
amazing
but-
accomplishment. So good luck.
Then you can go and look for your second half. That's amazing.
Yep.
And we
that's-
have a tour. You can March.
No, February. No, I mean there's gonna be
April.
the bar
We
exam.
have in
So
April. We have in April.
yeah, go with Joe Gregory. You'll enjoy that. From EC, for the November Ukraine tour, would it be possible to schedule a one-day tour to Lviv? Is that possible? I would like to see historic sites and possibly meet few ladies in Lviv. Absolutely, except it's not really part of your tour, so I would recommend to do a tour. Either go to Lviv before the tour begins or after the tour ends. Actually, what I would personally do, I would do a tour, meet a special woman, and offer her to take a day or 2 day trip to Lviv so you can explore that place together. The only tiny detail, Lviv is not that great in November, so if Christmas time is much better, or summertime, but you can make it work. There are still some hot springs, some stuff to do, and the historic sites are great. But Lviv is not that big, so I'm pretty sure you can do all the historic sightseeing with, in the city within probably a few hours. And if you go to castles, yeah, that will be like a day trip. Just hire a car, go to different castles. So, from Jonathan, hello, I just joined, not sure if anyone asked about COVID-19. Is Kyiv open? Yes, it is. Do I need to show my vaccine card that I'm fully vaccinated? Thank you. Yes, Jonathan, in order to travel to Kyiv, you would need to have your vaccination card and the health insurance. So before you go, just reach out to us. I'll send you directions on how to get it. So it's a piece of cake.
Okay, from Makisik, what is the current processing time for a K1 visa?
Out of what I've heard, 8 to 9 months, maybe?
Well, before COVID, it was 7 months. So I think it's more than 8 months now. Yeah, 9 plus maybe. Yeah, depend. So I think 9 plus months. Easy.
From Billy, I hear others talk about affiliate agencies in Ukraine, how they're a bad thing to stay away from. What do you think? Well, I would say don't put all eggs in one basket. We do have some amazing affiliate agencies been partnered with for years. I mean, I'll trust them with my life, and they've been absolutely fantastic. There are some a little more challenging to deal with, they still have good women. So something like this, we know all of them. So just the staff will give you heads up. So if there's, they can tell you what red flags to expect or some unusual behavior. So if they say, hey, well, if woman does this and this and this during the date, you probably want to, end the date and just go back to hotel and go another date or do whatever you want to do, because it's probably not going anywhere. But again, there are so many great agencies, so many great women, and even if could be a case when an absolutely wonderful, fantastic woman sign up with challenging agency, it's, like you can go to bad store, but find a wonderful item in that store. So just don't disqualify people based on that. From this one.
Okay, from Jerry, I'm going on November tour as well. I've been looking forward in this for a long time. Don't ask me how long, tell you later.
You'll have at least 10 days to tell me that.
Imagine. If I wanted to go on a date prior to the social, what time is orientation on Thursday? I arrive Thursday around noon, Jerry.
Well, so it looks like my orientation meeting right now for November 2 already began. I just come back from July. Let's talk about November. So orientation is going to be at 6 o'clock. We usually debate between 6 and 7. On some cases, we're done at 7. Stop complaining, because by the time we go to the dinner after orientation meeting, it's like too late, and they get home, because they live way outside of the city. They get home way past midnight, and early in the morning they need to be back in the hotel. So bottom line, we usually try to start at 6, go for about an hour, hour and a half, and then head to the wonderful Georgian restaurant next door for some great Georgian cuisine. Guys, if you haven't tried Georgian cuisine, must try. It's awesome.
Ernest, are there any open spots on the September Kiev-Kharkov tour still? No. I don't
Yep.
think
The September is sold out completely. So. For Michael, what is the status of Mexico, Cancun, Playa del Carmen? Well, it's open. You can go. There are women there, so nothing stops you from traveling and meeting them.
Eva Dude, hello elegant ladies. Is Euro Club still going on in different cities in Ukraine?
Absolutely. Your club is an individual too. You can go to almost any Ukrainian city. I mean, as long as we have enough profiles for you to meet there. So just talk to me. You can see them on the website, but you know, if I still have questions, you just talk to me about it. I'll tell you what we can do and what we cannot do. I guess I will be your point of contact for that.
Okay, from Dennis, what is your current best guess on Philippines opening for either tour or individuals?
My crystal ball, let me get my NFL predictions and Philippine Open and timelines. Honestly, I really have no clue. We've been waiting for a long time. Philippine staff keep telling us like, oh, any months now, but I've been hearing that for over a year now, so God only knows. So I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't have any, even at this point, I don't have predictions for when Philippines or China will be open up. From Jake, did many of women in Ukraine express a preference in vaccinated or unvaccinated men? Well, I mean, it's hard for them to express preference because most of them are not vaccinated. So I guess, you know, what's the point of expressing the preference? Because the problem with vaccination in Ukraine, they just started having Pfizer, they're available. Before that was just Indian vaccine, and people really were hesitant to take that. So, I mean, people just started getting vaccinated, but a very small percentage of Ukrainians are vaccinated at the moment. Might change by November, I don't know.
Bradford, hi Anna, Valentina. Hi. To answer the question, not really. I'm burned out after chatting online for a year. I'm a little depressed. I'm ready and I'm waiting to go on the tours. I was expecting Russia, Thailand, and China to open up. There are 20 girls in Shenzhen, 5 girls in Thailand, and 5 girls in Moscow waiting for me.
Well, Russia is open, so you can go. Russia just opened up, so I don't know about. Well, actually, Thailand is going that direction too. You can go Phuket right now. Bangkok is not quite there, but they expect Bangkok might be open like around October. So keep an eye on that. So that might happen. Again, Russia is currently open. China, yeah, don't know about
You
China.
can go to Moscow, yeah, but it's going to be individual introduction. We never had a tours to Moscow.
Yeah, we're not gonna do a group or individual tour there. We just don't have a staff in Moscow, so we'll have to coordinate all the dates remotely. Anthony Thomas, I repeat, do not marry a woman in Ukraine. It will take up to, if not more than a year. And what? I mean, so what's the alternative? Okay, I mean, it's worth dating a wonderful woman and marrying her in a year down the road versus what's the alternative? Sitting at home and what? Go on Tinder dates? Well, I mean, if that gets your wife faster, then, like I say, then Tinder it is all the way.
Well, if you meet the girl here, how long it will take before you get married? I mean, it will take some time too. At least you can meet her there, propose, and you wait for a fiancé visa, and then you think. Still, you can still have time to think. You don't need to marry right away.
And good things are
What if
worth
you change your
waiting
mind
for.
and,
So I mean, again, if there was a guarantee that you'll, meet and marry your local girl in your town within a few weeks or a few months, then again, be my guest. But I think Ukraine is actually a better option in this regard. You meet a lot of marriage-minded people who's there for the, intending to finding the right guy and getting married. So. From Brian, to answer the poll question, 2022 for me, can't wait for the schedule to come out. I'll be ready. We'll post it. I promise we'll post the schedule.
Right, when you will go? So we have a February, we have a April.
Yeah, I mean, the tour schedule is gonna be fairly similar to what we had last year. I mean, Dnipro, Zapo in April.
So you can plan already. So February or
It's not
April?
awfully different. There are a few changes, but nothing too major, I'd say.
Hello all, Timothy. Hello all. I'm late to the party today.
You're never too
Okay.
late. Thanks for joining.
Hmm.
Michael, looking forward to November Kiev tour. When will Anna start contacting the clients concerning travel plans? Well, usually, guys, you contact me. I mean, I don't do outbound calls, if you haven't noticed yet. Anyway, so Michelle actually will be coordinating everything with you before you go. So Michelle will be your point of contact. So if you have questions, talk to Michelle. You know, especially when it comes to specific arrangements. For example, you need to schedule a pickup, you need extra night, or anything like that. Michelle is your point of contact because she's in charge of that. If you have like general questions, yeah, definitely feel free to give me a call. I will do orientation meeting in about a week prior to the tour. I'll send everybody email about the orientation call. We can talk about it on a Zoom call, and you can ask any questions at that time. Usually, John tries to give everybody a call before the tour, but you know, let's survive
They
till
did
November.
it together this time, right?
Yeah, he joined me on Zoom call for a little bit for the Kiev part of the tour, and he had his stuff to do.
From Jonathan, thank you for your answer. In the picture, is a picture of my vaccine card on my iPhone good enough to travel to Kiev?
I haven't tested that theory, so I had that on my phone and an actual card, and I would recommend to have an actual card because you travel internationally, you don't want to, you know, your trip be ruined over not having enough paperwork. So I'd suggest to take a card. Don't risk it. From Nice, I was looking at different questions. Sorry, it's a normal one. From Nice, I use forearm crutches and wear leg braces. I wonder if that might be hindering effect and possibly might make the women feel uncomfortable. I always dress well. Consideration for others is important. Well, yeah, that's a great point. And as far as crutches, leg braces, I mean, I don't know. I mean, we had clients in the past with the same thing. Absolutely had no impact on their dating experience whatsoever. The personality and the first impression mattered way more than crutches. Because I don't know, crutches fairly irrelevant.
Okay, Gabe, are Ukrainian women open to being into polyamorous? What?
Yeah, exactly. That's the question I was reading before the question.
Relationship.
Most likely no. And why? Yes, they can do it in their hometown.
Can you explain what is that?
I will explain it to you after the webcast. I'd rather not go details about that right now.
I have no idea. What
Okay.
I was talking
Well,
about. Google. I don't have my phone. I could Google it.
Kevin, I'm glad you're having fun over there, by the way. And if you guys can hear Kevin's laughing. Anyway, yeah, we'll go through that later.
Okay.
Again, the short answer is no.
No?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you might have a different opinion on the subject.
Alright, I need to Google it.
But again, we can discuss that over a glass of wine at some point. Okay.
Alright,
back to
from
work.
Charles, can you briefly explain how the executive plan works and the cost? What is the success rate for guys using the AFA executive plan?
Executive plan, you're gonna have a personal matchmaker, so in this case either me or Dina, possibly Tanya, so it's gonna be one of three of us. Unless you go into China or Latin America, then that will be either Maria for Latin America or Careful. It's a name of office manager. I know. Careful will be your matchmaker. So one person will be assigned to you. She will be working with you on finding your perfect match. You can be doing Skype calls, video calls, eliminate candidates to narrow down your search to 10-15 ladies, plus minus. Then you travel to meet them. You'll have another assistant upon arrival, most likely. I mean, technically you can take your assistant with you, but I'd suggest just use the local one because we have a great staff on the ground. So they will be with you the whole time, your tour guide, interpreter, everything you need 24/7, helping you with those introductions. Yeah, so it's a brief summary. The whole process takes about actually the whole plan is good for 6 months, but you really need to make your trip in about 4 or 5 months, or hopefully less than that. So it's a lot of work for the assistant, and the cost is $15,000. Hopefully,
yeah, Charles, if you want to know more about that, you need to call us and we will talk, about that.
And as for success rate, pretty successful. I'd say on top of my head, I don't have the exact number, so don't hold me to that. But on top of my head, I'd say about 70%.
was gonna say 80, but yeah, about.
Well, my guy's about 70. Yours might be 80. I'm not, you know. I'm doing what I can. So.
Okay. Okay, from Dennis, how many women on the last Ukrainian tour could speak English without interpretation?
It's a tricky question in a way. Is a lot of women did understand English and could even speak somewhat, but many women, even if they spoke English, prefer to have an interpreter on a date, and in many cases for safety reasons, because they just would feel more comfortable. We do have nice guys traveling to Ukraine, don't get me wrong, but once in a while they could be interesting people, and women hear horror stories, and they just, you know, don't want to experience it themselves. So they would prefer to bring someone along on a date, just, you know, just to make sure they're comfortable. Once they see a man is good, you know, there's no threats, everything's good, then the chaperone can go, and or for the second date, you know, she will show up without interpreter as long as she speaks some kind of English and she can communicate. So in the larger cities like Kiev, Odessa, I would say maybe 30-35% of women spoke English. In the smaller towns like Nikolaev, that would be very few. So.
From Mark, hello Anna and Dina, welcome back Anna.
Mark.
Anthony, my point is, if you marry in the country, the wait for her green card is longer than is all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying.
Misunderstood what you're saying. I'm sorry,
Okay.
Anthony. Didn't get that.
I know somebody waiting right now, had a child in Ukraine in the meantime, married in Ukraine, but he wants to return back to Florida.
Yeah, sorry, Anthony. I misunderstood the question. Then, yeah, I guess I would recommend fiancé visa over spousal visa. You know, better, because it usually takes a little bit less than, you know, than the spousal visa. The difference between fiancé visa and the spousal visa: fiancé visa, once your visa is approved, she will have she'll come to the United States, and you guys have 90 days to get married. Again, that's usually faster rather than getting married in Ukraine. So she's now no longer eligible for a fiancé visa because she's already a wife. So you have to do the family reunion spousal visa. And this family reunion thing, it comes with a green card. That's why it takes extra time for government to process it. So yeah.
From Mark, to answer tonight's question, I'm looking forward to going in 2022.
Well, that's almost around the
Good for
corner.
you.
Yeah. Fermaro, go on Tinder dates instead. Give me a break. Tinder is a joke. Nothing but hookups. Well, I don't know. I mean, what can I say?
Maybe it's for young, you know, young teenagers. I don't know.
Oh, for God's sake. Yeah, Kevin had another comment there, so it wasn't me. Kevin, I'm with you on that. Jeez. I knew it would be fun webcast. Polar Armors, Tinder, great.
Neil, are there any good steakhouse near the hotel in Odessa?
There is a place that literally called Steakhouse, within 5-minute walk from
Texas.
Odessa, Texas, maybe.
Texas.
But no, Odessa, Ukraine has a steakhouse literally almost next door to the hotel. Actually, there is a nice ribs place. Odessa office manager went to for lunch. On the tour was pretty good.
That a lot of barbecue places that are open in St. Petersburg, Russia too. They even bring in those, how you call this, grill from Texas, just to make good.
I can
good barbecue.
imagine the price for that wonderful experience if they have to.
Not bad. Same like here.
Okay, from Ukraine, Dave, question: my open reservation was used for July tour. I didn't use the K1 visa yet. Does that expire? Well, just to let me answer that part. So what you got is do-it-yourself fiancé visa kit. You can use it anytime. So whenever you apply for a fiancé visa, the kit is there for you. You can use it anytime because you have not filed for the visa itself. So there is no expiration. Also, my platinum membership lasted for 30 days, then expired. I want to auto-renew. Help. Contact Brianna at the front desk. So just call main office line 602-553-8178. Talk to Brianna. She will renew that for you.
From Jonathan, one more question. When will you have your next free dating seminar? Thank you.
Excellent question. So send a mail to John about it, because there are a few places maybe
We
you didn't
were
want to go
going
to.
you know, and
And John got distracted,
Like,
so it's time to
yeah.
get back on track and talk about seminars. So if you guys want to have a seminar in your city, send a mail to John, because it's time to book airfare for us to go
Yeah.
somewhere.
Well, he's afraid that COVID, went up
come on.
again, raising cases.
Oh, so it's okay for me to go to Ukraine, but it's not okay for me
Yeah.
to go to Florida or something? All right, I see how it
bring
works.
all guys together. He's worried about it. So
On a tour, that doesn't apply to your tour, I see.
I don't know. In America,
I mean, haven't you seen that? That's a
it's
social.
something in the air here.
All right, yeah, we'll see. Well, anyway, so hopefully, I mean,
We're trying, Jonathan. Yes.
yeah, well, we still might have some, even though John said there will be no seminar till end of the year. Yeah, working it. We'll work some magic there.
And the Ukrainian women have trouble getting one man.
Why, sure.
Why, sure.
Exactly. Yeah, it's getting better and better. From Steven, there is a COVID app to place your photo COVID vaccine and COVID test results.
Could you use? No, could you?
That trip when you go. It's not really used for Ukraine, so I mean it works that you can work it, I believe, it's somewhere in the United States, can use it in Europe, but to the best of my knowledge, you cannot just use it for Ukraine. So bring good old-fashioned hard copy of your vaccination card and all that.
From Omar, do black men ever go on Ukrainian tours?
Absolutely.
Yes, they did, and they had a good, success.
From Declan, did you find any women hesitant to attend social this time in Ukraine due to the virus? Actually, not really. I asked this question and stuff on several occasions from different cities, see what's the experience really. And they said, well, there could be few women, but it's way less than 5%. So 95% of women were very excited to come because we haven't had socials in a while. They're actually eager to come. And if you can see the videos, it's actually from this recent tour. So there is no lack of women there. And guys who are there, I can tell you that for the most of it, socials were very crowded.
They're so tired, stay
Not
home.
enough fresh air.
Finally they can go out, meet with you guys. So, yeah, I don't think anybody has to stay.
From Brick, I'm a shorter guy, 5'8". Well, necessarily say shorter guy. But anyway, 5'8". Let me go back. Will I find most of women are taller than men in Ukraine? 5'8". A lot of women will be shorter than you. I mean,
Yeah, no, it's
5'8"
in
is
Ukraine.
pretty tall.
Girls is not so tall. Most of them is like medium size.
from Mark, Anna John was saying a former client was on a date in Ukraine. It cost him $7,000 to meet this person through Tinder. Well, I'm not saying you guys should use Tinder. That's a hope, for people who are bringing up a point whether dating, international dating agencies will survive, Ukraine, Eastern Europe in general. Yes, they will, because otherwise Tinder is the alternative, and you don't know what you're getting. At least, there's more confidence in dating agencies. If something happened, we're at least there to back you up and do everything we can to help you out. If it's Tinder, well, go file a complaint with Tinder, see how that goes.
Gabe, do women in Ukraine speak Spanish or other languages if they don't speak English?
English out of foreign languages.
German mostly, and French.
Yes, unfortunately,
They
Spanish is
might.
not very popular. So usually in college or schools they learn English. They could learn German or French as a second foreign language, but that's about it. Spanish would be fairly rare. For Michael, going on a Kiev November tour, would it be appropriate to ask for a dinner date at the hotel restaurant? What's the name of the steakhouse near the hotel? Steakhouse near Kiev. So I was thinking about that. Let me think. Well, there are some. They're not particularly close and to the Rouge Hotel, and I would not say they're necessarily cheap too. But as far as having a dinner date at the hotel itself, restaurant there's it's great for breakfast, but I would not necessarily really eat there myself. Room services.
I'm sure they can feed you if you're hungry.
Yeah, but you probably want to go out for that. You can just go to Kreshchatyk Street. There is dozens of restaurants. You literally can walk through Kreshchatyk and eat somewhere there, or you can ask the staff for recommendation. I know they can recommend some, but I can't think of anything top of my head. I guess I didn't eat much on the last tour.
Yeah. But this time in Kiev, Anna, you go. And
Well, hopefully you guys will give me a chance to eat this
investigate all
time.
the restaurants to tell guys. what's the
Yeah,
best-
so I'll have
best
some
place to go.
restaurant reviews for the next time. Where are we? Greg. I'm hoping to do a 30-day tour in April 2022. Restriction lifted from Australia. My question is, if I wanted to do a day trip to Chernobyl, do you recommend taking a lady? I guarantee no women will go with you to Chernobyl. I mean, why? There's enough radiation as is. Why would they want to do it? So you want to go on a tour? There are tour companies. They sell it to foreign men, tell them that's absolutely safe. There's no problem. Go for it. But women will not go with you.
But they have a tours there. I heard about it.
Yeah, there are tours. There's no problem getting that tour. Costs about $100 or plus minus for the day trip. So do that. From Roger. Are there good exercise gyms at the hotels, and what cities would same be located? Thank you, Roger. Gyms. There is no gym in Kiev. Hotel, Kharkov. I think they did have a gym, but I can't really remember. I think they did have a gym. Odessa. Jeez, I can't remember anything right now. I do not recall a gym there, but again, don't remember. Nikolaev did have a gym. Kherson did not have a gym. As far as Dnipro and Zaporozhye, I do not remember. Again, I would need to look. I would need to read hotel descriptions. I can't remember off the top of my head. Bottom line, most of them didn't have gyms.
But you guys gonna do a lot of walking. Girls like to walk. If it's still nice weather in the summer or fall or spring, a lot of parks there, and you might wanna go just for a walk instead of exercise.
Unless it's November tour and you're freezing.
Yeah, I don't see November tour, but what if it's nice and warm?
November? End of November?
No, never.
Really? Well, I don't know. The weather been very unpredictable in Ukraine the past couple of years. I noticed again this summer was incredibly hot. I mean, 37 is not Celsius. It doesn't sound like a lot, but when it's very humid, you really feel it. And especially when ACs doesn't work in a lot of places, you really feel that. So, Red from Tofa. Hello, the ones and onlys, Dina and Anna. Oh, I lost that. Let's scroll down.
Okay.
Beautiful as ever. Hope all is well. Everything is great. Thank you.
Thank you. Steve, can she just come over here to the USA and just live here?
No.
Can you imagine how many girls will beautiful
How many people
girls
would move to
live here?
United States? I mean, come on. A U.S. immigration problem to begin with. So, yeah, it's not happening. You need to have an appropriate visa. Frere Maro, a poll question. I think I have learned a lot about scams and what to avoid. I'm hoping to have at least 3 solid leads before flying there now. Well, I guess. That's good. I'm glad you did your homework.
Eva, dude, there are a lot of great restaurants within walking distance at hotel rooms.
Yeah, there is. It just depends on what kind of cuisine you prefer. I can't recall a steak restaurant on top of my head. But
Try Ukrainian cuisine, so you might like that.
If not, there's Georgian restaurants that do have really good meat there too. From Ivy, will there be a vaccine requirement to go to Ukraine? At the moment, it's not required. Will it change in the future? Quite possibly.
Mark, is it acceptable to have a dinner date in the hotel?
Depending on the hotel. So, in Rus hotel, I would
I
suggest.
would recommend Rus.
Okay,
for
I mean
dinner.
it's okay.
Only
It's okay place, but I'm not. The restaurant is on the second floor. It's kind of formal. Eating in the lobby, not particularly romantic. So it's a great, coffee snack. They do have a patio outside, so it's a little better. But if you go in the summer, that works. You're not gonna sit in the patio in November. It's too cold. In Kharkov, there was a nice lobby bar, pretty decent food, so you can do something there. They do have patio, but not the most exciting one. What else? Odessa. You can have a dinner in Odessa hotel. That works fine. Actually, they're building a new one in the building, so that should be very convenient. They haven't done remodeling it yet. Nikolaev. Not really. Although we changed the hotels. No, for the future, yeah, Nikolaev, that would work. They do have a nice restaurant in the new hotel. So hopefully that answers the questions. Well, do we get? Oh, there are a few more questions, and we're going to be wrapping it up shortly.
From Patrick, what is a good and acceptable age difference? I'm 53 years old, framing for man. Instructions, I'm in a good shape and fairly active. I love to be outdoors. I'm not a couch potato, but I don't go to clubs or bars. So I'm not a party type person.
What do you think, Dina?
Well, yes, I noticed that a lot of girls, they also not going anymore to clubs or bars, especially clubs. More like now young people, right? Like young.
You just keep saying that. You making me feel so old every time when you say that.
So they prefer to go to like a bar. They have a live music, pretty much all. I never heard a girl go party, nightclub party or anything like that. So, and 53 years old, depend what age you're looking for. So if it's like, you can go with 30 and up. So if you're okay with that age, you'll be, successful. You're good shape, you said, you're active, outdoors, that's everything what girls like. They don't like couch potatoes.
Yeah, well, I agree. From Gabe, well, if the date goes south, you can say you rescued her from Chernobyl. On this wonderful note, we probably should be wrapping this webcast.
I mean, even if she's okay with radiation, it's still small radiation there, but even if she's okay to go, but what to look for?
Would you go
her?
to Chernobyl yourself?
No, because it's nothing for me to, look at. What is there? Like, a lot of places in Russia still look like Chernobyl.
Pretty much true. If you walk in the midnight and walk you feel the same way.
If you go further from, St. Petersburg or Moscow, like really, really further, a lot of places look like that. Nothing excited to,
I would go see. I would, for on the historical part of it, I'd go see it.
It's so sad, also. So
it's important part of the history and the lesson learned, and it will be very fascinating to see it. Except that dose of radiation, there is no way in hell I'm getting anywhere near. I got my dose already. I'm not doubling it.
Yeah.
All right. So again, enough of about Chernobyl. Let's end it on a more positive note, guys. So. The seminar schedule is coming up for those that asked that question. Hopefully we will have that ready all this week or early next week. So
yeah, tour schedule coming up. But you need to hurry up and book it if you decided to go. So because it's selling out really quick. We don't know what will happen next year. So if you're thinking to go to Ukraine, you need to jump on that November tour because who knows what will happen. And it's going to be only one city, guys, so if you still thinking about it, it's going to be easy on you. You don't have to jump from one city to another. Right, Anna? Easier on Anna too. She'll be happy and,
It'd be nice to me. I do have few gray hair from the previous experience.
You can go to the Texas wonderful restaurant,
And as Chris said, when in doubt, there is golden arches of McDonald's. Again, on this wonderful note, so of McDonald's and Chernobyl in the same sentence, we probably should wrap this wonderful experience up. So guys, until next week, would be happy to answer all your questions related to international dating and marriage, and see you next Monday.
So yeah, we are back. So guys, stay tuned.
See you Monday.
See you next Monday.